quizzes due?
Last week. Okay, we're back. Technical difficulties. All right, so now you guys can start on your quiz. You got 3 short answers. So we're going to show names and show answers. So if you could, go ahead and answer your questions.
So do we enter our name?
Yep, enter your name. Okay. And then once we get the answers, then together, I forgot to do your intro, so if you could just tell me who you are, where you work, what you do, and so forth. Now, as you can see, as you guys logged on, from the teacher's point of view, I can see what participants logged on, and I can also see when you answer your questions.
Okay.
All right, so y'all can answer your questions.
You can only pick one answer per question?
Yeah, one answer.
All right. So I pick and submit.
And then as you can see from the teacher view, green indicates correct. So for the facilitator, it gives you, so I can see D, we need you to do 2 and 3.
Oh, I'm studying this one. Having the school year, so I'm submitting. So. Okay, in today's PD, I hope to learn how to assess.
It's okay, it's just for us. Demo purposes only.
I keep hitting that letter. Damn it.
We're on YouTube. Okay, so great. So now we're going to finish and look at our data. So let's view the chart. And let's see if I can get my report. All right, so now I'm going to look at how we answer these questions. So you can pull it up in Excel to save it. So we said, why are you at this PD? Want to learn something new? I'm happy about the school year and blah, blah, blah. So basically, you could give quizzes on Socrative Classroom. You can pull up your student's name. It scores it for you automatically. I mean, it's just quick data. So just in a simple matter of about 2 minutes, I was able to poll you guys, ask questions, and get data. You can hide the names if you choose to. You can do multiple choice, true, false. This is great for exit tickets. So even when you do your own faculty meetings or PD with your teachers, this is just a great way to get people involved. And it gives you an artifact to see who was involved. You can take roll this way. It's just great to get people active and not just listening to a bunch of talk all the time. All right, so that is Socrative. All right, so what I want you to do now is to go onto the website. You're going to create an account. You're going to create a quiz. So something that you may use your first day, your first PD with your teachers. And then if you want to share with the partner, we can, but we'll probably move on for sake of time. And then, you know, analytics or basically just the answers. So you go to Socrative.com. So just Socrative.com and start your free account.
Just Socrative.com.
Yes. Actually, it's b.socrative.com. So b.socrative.com.
I don't need the student part.
Nope, and you're going to scroll down to teacher login and get an account and then set it up. And you can see it on your phone. It looks this way on your phone, and then you can just set up the account.
Okay. And you said scroll down to teacher?
Yes. And then click on get an account.
And I have to put that room number back in?
No. When you scroll down to teacher login.
Oh, I see. All right.
Then you just click get an account.
Put my email in though, right?
Yes, and now we do your work email so they
Yes.
can recognize it as a school. And then it's free. And then as you guys do this, I'm going to get back on because I'm logged on. Close that out. And just to show you, I'm going to make up a quiz for my teachers.
That's not my email.
Okay, sign.
So, and as you're doing it, I'm going to make one too tomorrow. So I'm going to walk about my science department.
And password and try again, alright.
Oops. Well, I guess I won't be walking back like that because I just hit out. One thing that's really cool, when you go on to create a quiz, you'll see an icon that says align entire quiz to a standard. If you want to specifically work on a standard, you could click, let's say, language arts, click on core. If it's Common Core, click on your state, which is really cool. So we're going to go down to Virginia. But I know you guys are elementary school teachers, so I'm going to do Virginia Standards of Learning. You can select grade level. What, third grade is the SOL grade?
Yes.
All right, so let's say the third grade team did poorly when you look at your data. So we'll click third grade. You'll pick a standard.
What subject area are we in?
In language arts.
Okay.
So what's the standard that you know they have a lot of problems with in third grade?
Inferring.
Which one? You know what number that is?
Off the top of my
maybe
head, I don't know.
3.6 or somewhere around
3.6.
like that. That's usually when the things.
Check your email password and try again.
Background, ask questions, draw conclusions. Main idea, support and details.
Do I have dcrisco@nps.ba.us.com in there?
Or why would it be decrisco?
That's my work email.
NPS. What about K-12?
Oh, that's what it is.
That's how, like, are you doing your,
All right, well, we're going to just click on something. Use complete sentences. I'm going to let you. Well, let's do math because I know you know them by heart.
That's fine.
I've
learned these. If
Okay.
this is comprehension, we're going to do comprehension.
Okay, so we clicked on SOL Objective Virginia 3.6J. And then if you want to add a question, you could do short answer, true, false, multiple choice. So I'm just going to click multiple choice. And I was wondering if it pulled up questions for you.
Like a question bank?
Yeah.
It looks like you can add a picture.
Yep, you can add pictures.
Graphics. Okay.
So let's say if I add, I'm going to just add my dog. So you can add graphics to it.
Mm-hmm.
This is really great in math. Well, all content areas, but math. I know in science, our students have a hard time applying information given on charts, graphs, and tables. But you can upload pictures. It'll format it for you. Bold, italics, underline.
No.
For math, subscripts, superscripts. For your answers, you can even write an explanation as to why the right answer is the right answer.
Okay.
So really cool. And as you can see, it's like uploading my picture.
dcrisco. I can't remember my email. dcrisco.
From work?
No, I know that part. I can't remember the last part. nps.k12.
.va.us.
Yeah, that's what I thought I put it in. It's not
You're
coming
not putting your what's the name in NPS. Yeah. It's
I'm gonna delete this.
What did I put in? It won't come up.
Put the right password in.
Put reading 14 in.
NPS.K.
That's what I've been putting in. Do I need to put, I don't need to put .com.
No, not .com.
Reading 14.
Did it come up?
Mm-mm.
Did you create the account yet, baby?
Right, you gotta create, I said create account. Okay, so I'm gonna have a cheat sheet for you guys on the Google Drive. Yeah, you need to create an account first.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Missed that part. What do you need?
235.
Primary email to Chris.
What is my school? Oh, because I got the wrong zip code.
NPS.
Okay, and I'm just modeling, typing in questions, and it's real simple. And no right or wrong
Okay.
answer.
And this at the top is probably my login.
Yes. So what happens is at the top, just to show you, so Mrs. Harris says, Harris 1887. So what happens is when your students or your teachers, go into the classroom, your classroom is Harris 1887. So in the beginning of your meetings, you might have them log in to Harris 1887. And then you can go to the
from their
questions.
phones.
Yeah, from their phones. If they have tablets, laptops, iPads, which is a tablet, they can use those.
May I ask a question now?
Yes.
Because I'm not afraid to ask it.
Okay.
So let's say I create a quiz in the classroom with students.
Okay.
And let's say I have two blocks, like I have in the Department of Lies.
Okay.
Do I have to be all logged in? Do all my students have to be logged in before I submit? Like, can I do it at times?
Yes. So
Okay.
you can do it in groups. So
Okay.
like one group will go in and do it, you download their data, and then when your next group, you just
Okay.
relaunch it and it starts over from
So,
scratch.
but even if it's in the same class, let's say I have 5 iPads.
Right.
And I
So
want this.
group 1 to do it, then group 1 to take their quiz. And if you just want to see group 1's data, you can download their data. And then group 2 can do it and you can download their data. So you can just do it in increments.
And then what if I want the whole class?
The whole
data?
class together, then once the first 5 do it, then you bring the next 5, then they start it. Because you
So
can, so you don't have to reset it, you just keep going.
So don't, what'd you say? Don't download the data to Excel until
Right, until everybody's
okay,
done.
that's what,
Yeah,
okay.
until everybody's
Okay.
done. Yeah, so that works. And then when you look at how you launch it, you can launch it where teacher controls it, so you can control when it's over or not. So that'll work perfectly
like
for your group.
timer.
Right, so let me show you. So I'm going to
Oh,
say
yes,
the exit
okay.
that.
Mhm.
So let's say I'm about to give you guys a quiz. Welcome back, Science Department. So you can download it on paper or make a copy, whatever.
Okay.
So let's launch it. So you can do student pace, where the students go at their own time. Student pace, where they navigate, or teacher pace, which you actually
Okay.
click through the next questions. So I would do student pace, let those 5 do it, then switch to the next 5. Let them do it, switch to the next.
Okay.
And then you'll have all 25 or 30 things. You can randomize the question order, the answer
That's
order, if you need to. If you want to display the data. For instance, let's say your teachers, and you ask them, what were some positive things from last year? What are some things that you need improvement on? Well, teachers may not want their names on it, so you can disable their names. And then it'll just randomly show, well, 15% of the teachers said administrative support. 30% of the teachers said additional professional development is needed. So that's a great way of even surveying your faculty
I was
members.
just gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, a
That's
great.
one
So
of
it's
the
not pencil and paper, and you have an artifact with that
they're going to
Excel.
have their cell phones.
And they're gonna have them. And look, this is how I look at it. I teach high school. I do adult PDs. People are gonna be on their phones, sneaking
Right.
under the tables. So instead of letting them sneak, give them opportunities to do things
Right.
with their phones, because they're gonna.
Exactly right. I agree.
With their phones.
So Jay, I would like for you to come do professional development on this for us. I know you're.
I would love it. Just
So
tell me
how
when.
can you? Let me go back and talk to Pfeiffer, but I think it should be fairly early in the school year.
Okay.
So I'm looking.
And I know August 31st, I'm doing a district.
Yeah, it won't be that soon. Probably September.
Oh,
October.
that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so we're going to keep going with this, but just to show you a quick one I just made up as a model. So for my, I'm going to just show you the quiz. So I just made up a quiz for my science department. So I'm going to put edit so you can see the questions. So when we come back, I'm going to ask them, what exciting thing did you do this summer? What exciting educational thing did you do this summer? And then they can put short answers. So like I did, I did summer camps. Like a lot of my colleagues did STEM camps, to make extra money.
Exactly.
They may have taken a class. They may have done a PD. So this gives me an idea, And if you say absolutely nothing, that's cool. It's just an icebreaker. Then what fun personal thing did you do this summer? So, of course, I'm going to tell them I went snorkeling. And the Cayman, no, where were we? Cozumel. And you guys did salsa, and blank, blank in Cozumel. All right? So are you ready for the new school year? Yes and no. So this is a multiple choice. And then I'm going to ask them, honestly, what were some of the great things that happened in our department? And I'm going to take the names off because, I think sometimes anonymity allows them to be open and honest.
Yes.
And then we're going to talk about what needed improvement, because I really think open dialogue is critical in becoming effective with teams and making improvements. And we can always make improvements.
How many questions?
As many as you want.
Okay.
As many as you want. And so what I do is, just like our kids, I only usually do 5, because just like the kids get burnt out with response burden, I just do about 5 questions. And then when you make them kind of open-ended as such, then it opens up a platform for conversation.
And discussion.
Also,
for discourse to take place.
Yeah, for discourse. And it occurs.
Wow.
And as we move in through the year, I know in my district, we do district benchmarks every 4.5 weeks. When I meet with my individual bio, chem, physics, earth science teachers, I'm going to pull up data, because you can pull up pictures. And I'm going to say, okay, well, let's look. Earth Science Objective 1-3. Okay, you guys did about 30%. And I'll show the data. And then let's talk about what were some things. Was it the vocabulary? Maybe it was actually absenteeism, which in the high school is huge at the population that we serve. Maybe you need more PD on it. So now I need to let the district people know we need PD on rock formations or something like that. But it's just really great. You can take your quizzes and make games. So this is called Space Race. So if I were to, so let's say, like Rhonda said, she wanted to do teams. This would be great if you did, let's say you set your 1st grade, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade teachers together. You could put it into 5 teams, and everybody gets an icon. So they'll get a little icon. You make up. So you're going to choose the teams, so you can select how you choose the teams. And you can put 1st grade teachers against 2nd, so all your teachers can kind of compete together about questions.
I like that.
So that's kind of fun, and I love competition. And y'all like competition too. So you could do grade levels, you could do content areas. And this is just something fun, so maybe you might say, what are some strategies to use for effective reading comprehension? And you might have a list, and maybe you have a right answer, and you see who does it, who gets it first. So Space Race is really neat. And the exit ticket, another formative way to, quickly at the end get a pulse check. Yep. So Socratic Classroom is really cool. Yes, you just need a device. I know you guys are elementary, so the kids may have phones, they may not.
Yeah. Well, we have
but we do have iPad.
Okay, so yeah, so they can use iPads, they can use laptops. If your teachers have smart boards, they can project the data. Even if you have a tablet, you can get the data on your tablet. And then, like I said, it gives you an artifact to have too.
I like that.
Yeah. And that was the Creative Classroom. Okay. So now, so any other questions on Socrative?
No.
Okay. So we're going to move on to clickers. Okay. And we're at about 20 minutes, and I love to be respectful of people's time. So we'll, if you have questions, we'll come back. So clickers stand for paper clickers. And they're free for teachers. All you need is some toner and some ink. And they look like this. They look like kind of QR codes. You get 40 per class set. What I really like about clickers is that they come, these are the big ones. So these could be for elementary. You can see like on it, I'll hold it up. You'll see a letter and you see like a number. So you get 40 of them. So each student or teacher or participant is given a number. And then if the answer is A, B, C, you flip it to the side.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
So what I do, just to make it look cute, because I like cute, is I just buy colored paper, cut them out, and just hot with a glue stick, glue them on. So that way it's easy. All of my classes are color coded. And when I was really cheap, because we ran out of paper, number 7 might have been 4 kids, but all 4 of their names were on the back. But this year, before the paper gets no paper at all, low, each class will have their own. You can laminate them, but if you do, it needs to be matte lamination because the glossy is hard to read on your phones. So you can buy matte lamination. But just some good cardstock paper, and the kids don't tear them up because they're so excited about using them. And I'm sure your adults will be too.
And this is just a response to a question, if I remember
Response to a question, okay? So let's look at clickers. So I'm going to show you some quick, we're going to do a quick thing with clickers, and then you guys are going to create an account with clickers.
Okay.
All right, so let's go through clickers. Okay, I guess I didn't put a link, but it's okay because, all right, so here's clickers. So I'm going to show you really quickly what it looks like from the teacher side, and then we'll do it together. Okay, so you first create classes. All right, so this is Adult Learning Theory PD. So this is you guys. I already uploaded you while you were doing your Socrative. I was being sneaky and multitasking. I have my AP Bio class, my General Bio, my Honors Bio, and when I do SOL remediation, the kids, it's just easy for me to get a quick assessment to see where my students are. So you can add multiple classes. Notice the color dots, you color code all your classes. So to help me remember, Adult Learning Theory is blue, and your background paper is blue. And, it's kind of anal, but it just helps me to remember if I'm biology, I need to get my purple set.
Right,
Honors, I get my red.
It's organization.
Yeah, to be organized. Right. And I picked blue because these were the waters in the Cayman Islands. I'm just saying. Okay, great. We just came back. We're on vacation. So you up your classes. And let's just click AP Bio. So you can see all of my students, and these are their Plicker cards. Okay. So each number has a Plicker card. You can print a roster, and you have up to 4. Well, actually, you have 63 cards. So if you were doing a big staff development, you could do your 63 cards. Okay. But, I only had 10 little babies in that class, so that was just it for them. Okay, so next, we're going to go to cards. I'll just show you what the cards look like. They're free. You can do a large card, which is 63. Big cards or big fonts if you have younger students. So I'm going to just show you what it looks like. So they're just bigger. And they're big like this with big letters, big numbers on them. And then if you do a standard size, they're just smaller. So you can get 2 on the sheet of paper. Size. Yeah, this is probably standard. And the big ones are about half of this sheet. Okay. And then if you have someone who really, you may have they can get a whole sheet of paper.
Yeah, kindergarten.
Yeah, for kindergarten. So they get this big one, so they get a whole sheet of paper. Okay. Yeah, so, depending on your population, your audience. Depends on the
tells you how many.
Right.
Okay, this
So-
is like how you would have 63
Mhm.
sheets.
Yep, you get 63 cards all together, one on a sheet. Here's 40 all together, one on a sheet. 40, but then two on the
Gotcha.
sheet.
Mhm.
And, you know, so that tells you
Okay.
the number of cards, the number per sheet. And this just tells you this idea for like normal class, large groups, younger kids, someone who may have trouble, you're visually impaired might get those. So, you know, and it's real easy. You just print them out. It opens up in a PDF file and you just print them out.
Okay.
Okay, so let's look at the library. So in your library is where you create your questions. So what I do is I create folders and I keep all of my classes or content area in a folder. So AP Biology has a folder, and then these are cell membrane, cell theory, just different parts of my SOL objectives.
Okay.
Okay, so what I want to look at really quick is cells. So I'm going to just click cells. So notice you can upload pictures.
Right.
So which number best represents the organelle responsible for transporting material? So
C.
C. Let's see. No. Oh, C is the answer, sir. You're correct.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I'm that student.
So you can put your graphics in here. This shows you the classrooms who were able to do it, you know, so those are 3 different classes.
Okay.
That's the data, so if I wanted to look at, let's see. This just puts them in the queue so they have access to them. And you'll see what that means in a few minutes when we put them in the queue. So I really like it because you can upload pictures. Let's see if I had any for cell transport. I didn't do any pictures for that. Macromolecules, probably not. That's a little review. Yeah, so see, you can put data charts, pictures, which is really great for graphics. Really great for graphics, okay? All right, and then when you get to reports,
All assessments, really.
this is how your reports look, and then we're going to do one together so you can see. So, for instance, when I asked this question about macromolecules, I was able to see that 1 person picked B, 3 people picked C, no one picked the right answer. So 0 got it right out of 4 out of 6 took the quiz, and nobody got it right. Okay. And so that's a question. So this just gives you data, in a flash.
Okay.
So I see my Shia and Ranisha didn't do it because they don't have an answer. Quickly I can see they got it wrong, their card number and their name.
And is it timed?
No, it's not
Okay,
time.
so they just didn't know.
Yeah,
the
they just
answer
didn't know, or
or
they probably
didn't
weren't paying
pay
attention.
Okay.
Yeah, and so see quick data. I can see great. They got it. We need to go back. They did well. So it's just quick data.
And this is just based off of using the card.
Based off the card.
That's awesome.
So we're gonna do an example real quick, and then I'm gonna give you guys a break so you can go. So what I need you to do is to. Oh, you don't need to do anything.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to Live View. All right, so now the facilitator has to have a phone. Okay, so what you do is you download the Plickr app on your phone, and this is the icon, and we'll go through your Google stores or what have you. All right, so now I have Plickers and I have all of my classes. I'm going to click Adult Learning Theory, and I'm going to pick a question. So now I'm on my phone, and you guys are going to hold up your Plickers.
Okay.
Okay. So when I hit a question, it's going to automatically come up on my screen. All right. So first question, and it comes up. I just hit it on my phone, and it came up there.
Okay.
All right. So where did you cruise to? So did you go A, Cayman Islands and Cozumel, B, Turks, C, Norfolk, or D, Suffolk? So you hold it up to where you went to. All right. Now, as you can see on my phone, and I'm just going to show the
I
camera.
can't see none of that.
It's okay.
Thank you.
All right. So on my phone, I have all of my students' names, and you can see it's a camera. And I'm going to scan your. Let's see if it's going to pick it up, because now it's going to act crazy, because I need to do it. Hold on. Hold it on the blue part. Let's see. Okay, well, let me see if yours gonna read. Move your hands off the white. Okay, let's see. Okay, D. So D answered her. So as you can see, D got a check mark. Okay, so let's see what's going on with Rhonda's answer. So what I tell my kids, everybody keep yours up until your name checks. And that way you know. And I mean, you literally can just scan your audience like this, and the answers come up. And now let's reveal the answer. So we'll reveal the answer was A, Cayman Islands. We can graph it, and everybody got it right. Yeah. So quick assessment to see. I mean, so simple. And the kids love it. They don't have to be afraid of hollering out the wrong answer.
Right.
You don't have to worry about cheating because you can't even see the letters beside somebody. Because, you know, if one person puts A, everybody will be like, oh, they got A. So that is really cute. And you get data in real time. So that was data in real time.
And what I like about it is that because I'm visual, and when you were saying I couldn't cheat, I had to see if the cards were the same.
And they're all different. Yep, they're all different.
Let me see.
But I like the data in real time because then I can look right at that today and know tonight I got to go home and figure some stuff out.
That's your formative assessment.
Yeah, really quick. And on your phone, it shows me D and Rhonda got it right. The answer was A. That was 100%, and I can move on.
Yes.
On your phone.
Awesome.
All right. So
that is awesome.
Next question, and then we're going to wrap this up. And just look, I just hit it on my phone, and it automatically went up there. So I will use the Socrative Classroom to create assessments, create exit tickets, or to review for exams. Now, even though there's no right or wrong answer, we're just going to... And then when your students are ready, or your participants, you hit phone, and then they flip it to the letter, and let's see. All right. Now I must have given you guys a right or wrong answer for this one. Hold it straight. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So looking, I can see Rhonda got it wrong. D got it right. But there's no right or wrong answer, so don't beat yourself up. But really quickly, as your students are doing it, you can just see the number of rights and the number of wrong. Yeah. So I must have said A, your career assessment, but it's no big deal.
So Jay, let me ask. So when you're using the Socrative Classroom, because I'm looking at your choices here, Clicker. But I was answering this question. You can use it for all of these things.
Yes.
Okay. I just want
so the greatest clickers are just paper clickers.
Right.
So if you're doing, let's say ABC is all multiple choice. So if you're just doing a quick pulse, you taught something and you want to check for understanding, like how I use it in my classroom is a transition for me. Okay. So if we're talking about plant cells and now I'm going to animals, I might ask 3 quick questions about plants to make sure they got the basics before I move to animals. And in my PowerPoint, I just put this link, we go to it, I ask them, what do plant cells all have, cell wall, blah, 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 blah. They answer it, I can see like, okay, 20 of y'all, one person got it right out of 30. So before I go to animals, let me go back to plants to make sure you remember plants have X, Y, and Z.
Right.
So it's a great pulse chat.
I like it.
Yeah, and what I like is as they're answering, I can be like, Lord Jesus, he did not get it. Because you see it as soon as it comes up on your phone.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, and so it's really cool. It's free for teachers. And when you go onto the website, it's on your Apple App Store, and for Android, it's Google Play.
And it's
all right.
Plickers.
Plickers.
Okay.
So, and so this is like an example. The teacher, her kids did very well. 24 of them got them right. 73% got it right. Yes.
So, I'm just thinking about elementary school teachers and trying to do this for their classes. How much time does it take to set up?
No time. You do it on your own time. So all you need is your class roster, your cards, and I just go in alphabetical order. So you got 20 kids, 20 cards, and just put their names on the back. Aiden, Zoe, KJ, Corey, whomever. Put it on the back. And like what you could do is when they come into class, if they have, I know some elementary classes have like these numbered pockets where they might get a lunch ticket or a pass. You can put their plicker in their little things. So when they come to class, they get conditioned to get your plicker. Or if you know where they seat, as soon as they get to class, you have them at their seat.
Elementary, we can collect them and when it's time to pass them out.
Right, you pass them out. The passer out a person.
Yeah, exactly.
Can do it. Yeah. And so what the teacher, all they would do is just assign a number to a child, create their library of questions. And then,
that's good.
Yeah, and then when you come to class the next day, you just
downloaded it, right?
Yep.
Now let me ask you this.
Yes.
So what format are the questions? Is it a Word type document?
So let's look. So if I create a new question, that's how it's formatted. You just type it in. You can do multiple choice or through true false.
Okay.
And you can